So I want to talk with you this morning about the word freedom and being free. And what does that entail for you, for your family, for your loved ones, for your life, you know? I think most people, when they hear that word, they just think of the generic freedom. Let's fight for our country. Let's be free of war. Let's have peace, you know? But I want to put a spin on this idea, this concept, simply because I think so many people are entrapped into a mode of fear and an idea that is not allowing them to be free and live free in their life. So, you know, let me explain first, you know, how freedom, I see freedom in my life. Number one, I see my own freedom personally as being able to think and not have my thinking marred, you know, not allowing others to influence the way I think and not allowing others to control my thinking. That would be the first point for me when I hear the word freedom. I think I'm free to think how I want to think. I'm free to believe how I want to believe, and nobody can change the way I think and the way I believe and the way I live my life as a result of the way I think. So that's number one. Number two would be freedom to do the things I want to do, when I want to do them, how I want to do them. Many people are controlled by the reality they believe to be the only option. You know, many people believe that they have to work 6:30 to 3 or 6:30 to 6, or that they have to take their children to daycare at 5:30 in the morning because they have to be at work at 6 o'clock, or 9 to 5, whatever it be. Many people believe that they have no other option. This is the only way. And I actually thought that way at one point in time in my life. It wasn't so long ago that I was actually in that trap and stuck in that matrix, do you want to call it, or stuck in that identity of being chained to a job, being chained to something that brought me income that I thought I had no other option. I did not know or believe that there was another way because I was never exposed to another way. So one day I was exposed to another way, and it brought me a lot of freedom. It brought me freedom to take my daughter to school. I never was able to do that. It brought me the freedom to go to the gym for as long as I want to do it, as much as I want to, whenever I want to, because I'm no longer trapped to a job, because I provide for myself in a different way. And we'll talk about that a little later. So, you know, freedom for me means a lot. Freedom means that I am able to travel when I want to travel, because I am not chained to a job, so to speak. I am not chained to my circumstances. The other thing is that it allows me to grow. You know, for me, freedom is growing and continually becoming a better person. That's what freedom means to me, you know. You know, if I want to go to school for a specific thing, which I'm not huge on formal education, simply because I do believe that a lot of the formal education that is given does not provide children, kids, youth, and adults with a freedom idea, a freedom mentality. I personally believe that they are entrapping them into believing that there is no other option. And I understand that this is actually a very controversial topic, and most people will disagree with me, but that's who I am. Freedom is being different. Freedom to me is being controversial. Freedom is believing the way I choose to believe. And I think if people recognize the fact that freedom can mean anything they want it to mean, their lives would be different. You know, if people understood that being free had nothing to do with war, being free had nothing to do with the government, being free has everything to do with being free in and of who you are yourself. You know, being free to be who you want to be, how you want to be, when you want to be, you know, being free to travel, being free to speak how you feel, being free to teach your children the way you want to teach them. And if you're ever interested in a book or an audio that is worth your time, you need to check out Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. He talks in depth about the ability that we have as human beings to control things in our lives.